flyweight contest between two fighters looking to shine in their TPF debuts. Following a 3-fight amateur career, Merced, California's Chris Buron has been flawless as a professional, winning 4 straight bouts. Tonight, he looks to push his record to 5-0 while inserting himself into a stacked TPF flyweight division. After fighting at 145 pounds, Escondido's Deven the Dude Ortiz has moved to 125, where he looks to establish himself as a force in the TPF ranks. Currently riding a wave that has seen 5 victories in 6 attempts, Ortiz looks to shine in the biggest stage of his career. Kicking off Tachi Palace Fights 26, it's Chris Buron taking on Deven the Dude Ortiz. This is Tachi Palace Fights. Deven Ortiz is on his way to the TPF cage. He's a striker from Undisputed in San Diego. He's also an active member of the military, currently serving in the Army. Seen a lot of people fight in mixed martial arts and train mixed martial arts alongside their armed forces duties, and Deven Ortiz is a shining example of that, trying to coincide training mixed martial arts while serving his country.
Yeah, it's admirable. It's good to know that we've got some of the guys serving our country know how to throw them down too. So he's won 5 out of his last 6 fights, so he's definitely been on a roll. Just depends. Sometimes you don't know how much is he able to focus on his MMA when he's in active duty. But you can see Tony Ferguson there, one of the best lightweights on the planet, in his corner. So he's definitely in good company.
El Kukui definitely here to support his charge, and Deven Ortiz. El Kukui doing some big things inside the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Cannot wait to see what 2016 holds for him. But tonight it is all about Deven Ortiz, who's going to try to get something done here in the Tachi Palace Fights promotion. We've said it once, we'll say it a million times. This is the premier regional circuit in the Western United States. You look back at just old TPF cards, dating all the way back to the WEC. I haven't counted, Cody, but I have to imagine more WEC and UFC veterans have fought in this building than anywhere else in this country.
Yeah, just rich with history. Anybody from Uriah Favors to the Diaz brothers. We talked about Ian McCall, and the list just goes on and on. So definitely a historic event. Before it was Tachi Palace Fights, before it was Tachi Palace Fights, it was PFC, Palace Fighting Championships. It's just a new name, but this is a long-standing history of fights here at the Tachi Palace with some big names fighting here.
You walk around the building and you kind of get the chills. You know some fantastic mixed martial arts action has taken place. And again, we are set for 4 shows in 2016. But Deven Ortiz, he is inside the TPF cage. On his way to meet him is Chris Buron. He trains with Oakdale MMA. He recently defeated Eric Sanchez, who was victorious in Bellator not too long ago. Undefeated as a pro, and he was getting ready for this fight right alongside our bantamweight champion who defends his title a little bit later on, in Rolando Velasco. It's very important in mixed martial arts to be involved in a camp that is active, because when you're getting ready for a fight, it helps to have other guys getting ready for a fight. You can really do service to one another, getting each other ready for fight night.
Yeah, and Last Stand Fight Team might not be nationally super well known. Michael McDonald probably being the most famous guy out of that camp, but they've got a bunch of good guys, and the guy right there to the left of the screen, Justin Smitley, just fought on a Bellator show about 2 weeks ago, getting a win. So they definitely have a lot, especially lighter weight guys. They've got a ton of them, and this guy's in good company at Last Stand Fight Team. I've always had a lot of respect for their coach and their whole team.
There's a lot of wisdom there in his corner to get him ready. Justin Smitley's been fighting for a long time. Brad McDonald, Michael McDonald, a lot of really stand-up fighters there. And when I mean stand-up, confident, well-experienced fighters, and their stand-up's pretty good too.
Yeah, good jiu-jitsu, good stand-up. That team really, what I've noticed about them over the years is they take a real martial arts approach to things. They're always very respectful, but when they're trying to knock you out, they're trying to knock you out.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this one between Buron and Ortiz. Ortiz stands 2 inches taller. Buron came in at 147.6, Ortiz 148.2. Both are 24 years old. Buron 4-0 on his MMA record and 9-4 for the dude, Deven Ortiz.
Let's throw it up to Tyson Johnson for our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout will be 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 148 pounds. He represents Black House MMA with a mixed martial arts record of 9 wins and 4 defeats. He hails from Escondido, California. Please welcome Deven Ortiz. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds. He represents the Last Stand Fight team with an undefeated record of 4 wins and 0 defeats. He hails from Oakdale, California. Please welcome Chris Buron. Your referee for this bout will be Jason McCoy.
Jason McCoy overseeing this featherweight contest. Absent is that signature goatee of Jason McCoy, a little more tamed these days.
Very disappointing.
We are underway.
Front teep kick there from Ortiz. Those guys feeling each other out here. Nobody's pulling the trigger quite yet.
Definitely some respect here.
Pumping that jab. I like that from Buron. Ooh, nice.
Kick to the body there. Still biding their time.
Buron using a lot of head movement, side to side head movement. Coming into the 1-2. A nice knee up the middle from Ortiz.
Interesting to note, this cage pretty small.
Ooh, nice
Smaller,
inside leg kick.
Smaller in person than it appears on your screen. And to stand and trade here and keep distance can be a chore for some fighters.
Oh yeah, footwork movement is definitely impeded by the size of this cage, but it definitely promotes 2 guys getting in and banging a little bit more, which is always fun to see. Ooh, nice 1-2 attempts. A little out of range there, but you can see he's got some pop behind his punches, Ortiz. Oh,
nice uppercut there by Ortiz. Buron comes over the top with the right hand. Ortiz fires a kick high.
Looks like for the most part so far, Ortiz primarily, a little Superman kick.
Oh, and Buron's got to be careful.
Oh,
Hard
nice
knee
knee
by Ortiz.
Some good technical striking by both guys. It looks like Ortiz taking more of a Muay Thai stance to traditional fighting, while Buron's more of a boxer. Front headlock position now. We'll see what these guys have to offer on the ground. But it's been a pretty technical, good little stand-up exchanges going on so far in this one.
What would you like to see Ortiz do here from this position? You want maybe try to take the back?
It looks like what he's trying to do is take the back. Buron does a good job of keeping that arm. That arm saves him. As Ortiz spins to the back, that just lifting that arm keeps him from taking it. He circles up to his feet, and we're back to where we started.
Approaching the halfway point of this opening round. Buron in the black with red, Ortiz blue with black. See if Buron gets unorthodox with his strikes. He went for that Superman punch, largely paid for it.
That boxing head movement from Buron, he's got to be careful with, because he's dipping down real low. But the difference between boxing head movement and MMA head movement is you can get kicked or kneed. So you got to be careful with that. But he does have some good, you can definitely tell he's been trained by a boxing coach. He's got some good, solid head movement. Single leg attempt now. Ortiz has been able to kind of fend off a couple of these takedowns. Buron trying to go to a straight body lock now, muscle his way to a takedown.
Ortiz trying to pummel that right hand in, bails on it.
Yeah, he's done a good job with the takedown defense so far. A couple of those kicks have been caught. He's been able to get himself out of those positions. Buron's really going hard now for a takedown. I think he's trying to steal this round. It's been relatively close on the feet. Let's see what ends up happening here. There's so much that happens in these positions that people don't realize is happening. Little intricacies of cage fighting and fighting on the wall. This time he gets that single leg dump.
Trying to clear the leg there of Ortiz's Buron.
And if I'm Ortiz, he settles in half guard, but I would have popped right back up as soon as I could, because I felt like he probably was getting the better of the stand-up, maybe squeaking out the round just a bit. And now, if Buron could keep him here and do any kind of damage, he could actually squeak out this round. So,
from an efficiency standpoint, Cody, I would favor Ortiz thus far, but that takedown for Buron could go a very long way should this fight go the distance.
He's going a full mount now.
Beautiful. Nicely done by Chris Buron. We'll see if he can posture up 45 seconds here in this opening round and try to get something done.
Takes him back. He's got to keep his hips up, though. He's got 38 seconds, and he's looking for a rear naked choke, it looks like.
Buron is pressed up against that fence. Can Ortiz do anything to sort of break that posture and stay out of danger?
Well, he can't have this happen. He can't get his arm trapped in there like it is right now. Yeah, there's a lot he can do to stay out of trouble. He needs to be defending that, first and foremost, defending that choke. But he needs to get his shoulders down to the mat, walk his legs over there to get out of this, and then shrimp to a half guard.
Buron again isolating that right arm of Ortiz. Going to run out of time here, but nice offensive game plan. I can't really see the angle if there's anything deep there, but time does expire. Nice innovative work there from Chris Buron, taking the back, isolating that right arm, and trying to soften up and open up Deven Ortiz.
Yeah, I think he probably stole the round with not only the takedown, but then the dominant positions and the submission threats. Had that just continued to be about what it was on the feet, I would have probably scored it for Ortiz. But good job from Buron, recognizing what he had to do. Gets caught with a little uppercut there. Here's his first single attempt. Ortiz early on was able to stuff all the takedowns. Superman punch trying to Anthony Pettis him off the cage there. Almost ate a big knee there. And this is where he was able to finally get that single leg dump. And this is what really stole the round for him, in my opinion. Able to get the full mount, then the back mount, and threatened with a couple rear naked chokes. Like you said earlier, he was trapping that arm, doing a real good job of really threatening with some stuff. So definitely some good cage awareness, some good MMA IQ, they call it, by Buron there.
Got to give that nod, I think, to the round to go to Buron, but a lot of action there by Deven Ortiz. This one far from over. 10 minutes left to go in this catch weight affair. Both featherweights coming in at an agreed upon weight of 149. And here we go. Buron came out southpaw, switched to orthodox, back to southpaw. Ortiz comes high with a kick. Not able to land it. Buron with some head movement. We saw that in the first round.
Yeah, what I was going to say.
Nice left hand there by Buron.
Good job of shooting the shot, realizing he was getting it stuffed, and just popping right out.
He's done that a few times, especially off the single leg. Buron comes over the top with punches every time he bails on the takedown attempt.
Ortiz needs to keep attacking that inside leg of Ortiz, of Buron. He's landed that inside leg kick several times. He's got to keep attacking it. It's going to help him defend takedowns later on in the fight for sure. And this southpaw position from Buron really could be more about the takedown than the striking.
Some fighters definitely like to shoot with their right foot forward, despite being orthodox when it comes to the stand-up.
Yeah, and that's one of the telltale signs when you have a wrestler. Oh, nice uppercut attempt there from Ortiz. Another single leg. Let's see if he goes back to that same thing he was successful with in the first round, that dump. Looks like he's trying to. He's deep on the single, but Ortiz is making him pay with some short uppercuts.
We saw Ortiz stave off a lot of takedowns in the first round, now taken down here in the second round. Again, a lot of time here for Buron to work, and goes north-south.
And good job, he had success with that same finish with that single leg dump. The first round, he goes right back to it the second round, and it's successful again. So sometimes it's finding, you're getting stuffed with one thing, find the thing that works and continue to do that. Now he looks like he's trying
to isolate an arm is Chris Buron. Thought he was going to go for a Kimura. Need to maybe step over the head, though, Cody, to really wrap that up and isolate that arm?
Well, yeah, right now he's just trying to gain position back in a north-south position. Could see a north-south choke. It looks like he's attacking that arm, though. Takes the back.
We saw him isolate the arm of Ortiz a few times here from the back. We'll see if he can make something happen. A lot of time here to work for Chris Buron.
Working on flattening him out here. That's like the death position of MMA. If you get flattened out, the guy could just rain down punches. You can't really move or defend yourself. All you can do is cover up. A lot of times the refs are going to stop that fight. Ortiz does a good job rolling, staying out of that position. Trying to attack the feet with his hands to get him off.
Buron loses the hook, settles to go inside. Nicely done by Buron. There was maybe an opportunity for Ortiz to induce a scramble, but he secured his position.
Yeah, it definitely seems to just be a step ahead in the grappling department than Ortiz.
Trying to take them down again. Ortiz gave his back. Oh, nicely done. Scramble here, but got to watch his legs maybe.
Yeah, Ortiz is trying to go for something.
See if Ortiz can get on top here, make the best of the situation. But again, Buron able to get to that front headlock position. Ortiz now goes for a takedown, and Buron trying to frame up a guillotine here.
Yeah, I don't know how tight that is, but he's got it framed up.
In half here, Cody.
It looks
rolls
pretty
him
tight.
to his back.
It looks pretty tight.
Deven Ortiz is in a lot of trouble here. Able to get some space here. Is Ortiz. Now he's deep, but the head might pop out.
Nope.
It's done. There it is. Nicely done by Chris Buron. I thought Deven Ortiz was going to be able to sneak that head out, but enough pressure there, cutting off the blood.
Yeah, it looked like a high elbow guillotine. Wasn't the best leg positioning for Buron to finish that, but able to go high elbow a little bit on that, and it looked like the head might slip out, but he caught it and able to get the tap. Good job by Buron today. Again, some good fight IQ from him, knowing what was working and going back to it over and over again.
Ultimately won that fight by controlling this scramble here. Cody, walk us through the action.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 position, and a lot of times that comes down to just time on the mat. You know, that ability comes down to muscle memory. It was a 50-50 position. Ortiz actually ends up shooting in for the takedown. Buron capitalizes on it, goes high elbow there. You can see his elbow. He's got it deep, and he's just got to readjust a little bit here, squeeze it in, and he's going to get the tap.
That choke similar to the one Adam Antolin hit on Alex Perez to capture the flyweight title here just a few shows ago in TPF, and nicely done by Chris Buron, definitely announcing himself in this featherweight division. Let's get the time of the stoppage. Here's Tyson.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes, 24 seconds into the second round, your winner by way of tap out due to a guillotine choke, Chris Buron.
Chris Buron getting it done. Nice work for him. I mean, Cody, he really, like you said, was just one step ahead. Everything that Deven Ortiz tried to do, he had an answer for.
Yeah, I think he tested the waters a little bit in the stand-up department that first round. A couple minutes there on the feet. Definitely that's Ortiz's world. And so he switched it up. You know, he got a single leg there in the first, saw some success on the mat, and then just followed it up in the second round and was able to eventually sneak in that choke. Again, coming out of Last Stand Fight Team, good submission school, some real good submission artists. Buron, yeah, definitely announcing his presence here at Tattoo Palace Fights.
Will be exciting to see what he does going forward here, what Richard Goodman has in store for him in 2016 and moving forward. Definitely a talent to keep your eye on. But, you know, credit to Deven Ortiz. He was game, had some success, and largely went for it. Unfortunately for him, Chris Buron was just one step ahead.
Yeah, the stand-up, definitely Ortiz looked solid. You know, he had some good kicks, some good punches, quick hands. It was just the grappling, I think, that it was just a little bit outmatched with. Overall, that's going to be, you know, if a guy can get you to the mat and negate your striking, you know, you're kind of a fish in water. And not that he was a fish in water necessarily. I don't know if that's the right term, because he was competent on the ground. But yeah, he couldn't stop this single leg 2 times, and it cost him that second time because he never really recovered from that. Here's that crazy roll through. This is what started the scramble. This little position here is where eventually we see this scramble and then the guillotine. And right here, this is literally 50-50. Good job by Buron of elevating the foot there. If Ortiz was able to plant his feet, he might have been able to spring up a little quicker. Buron elevated that foot and then locked in that guillotine.
The night belongs to Chris Buron. He defeats Deven Ortiz by submission. Up next, it is lightweight set to take the TPF cage.